Hello everyone, and welcome back to OZK TV. Thanks for stopping by. If you're here for the first time, I appreciate you. Thanks for checking out our videos. Well, what are we talking about? You heard what the president said. That statement was made before he became president in 2015. That was when he was touring nations or states, trying to convince people that he would be a better president. But we have seen 5 years or 6 years down the lane, we have not seen any change. You know, the first time they came in, their mantra was change. We've not seen any change. Things have even become worse. Now, the second tenure, they had the next level, where we have seen all sorts of next level of suffering, next level of uncertainty, next level of insurgency, next level of hard times, next level of everything that is not pleasant. And we are asking, how much more are we going to wait till we see the right thing, what they promised? We are no longer happy. That's why the northern elders are telling him, please, if you cannot do anything, do the honorable thing, resign. Because we are tired. We don't want this thing anymore. So that is what we are talking about here. You see the video clips, I have added all of them here, put them together so that you watch and see. Because sometimes when these politicians talk, they're like, maybe we have forgotten. We do not forget. Even if we forget, internet will not forget. We will dig it up and show them. You say so and so time. So, but even when they see it, what do? They say that it's a political statement. We are tired of political statements. We want action. We want things to move. We want security. At least they can provide.
You are the spokesperson of the Elders Forum in the North. You're asking the president to resign. Have things come to that point?
Certainly. The facts on the ground support what we say. The president swore on the Quran as president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to secure the lives of citizens. He has failed to do so over and over and over again. This is his fifth, sixth year in office. The situation under him is getting worse, and there is no indication that it is likely to improve. So what else is there? What else is left other than to ask him that if there is honor, what in democratic countries, in civilized countries, what leaders who fail to protect citizens, particularly at the scale and the level at which our people are dying, is to resign. Clearly, he has failed in the number one responsibility of a leader, which is to protect citizens. So yes, things have gone, they are worse than this, but we've taken our time to assess the situation. We didn't want to rush to judgment. We wanted to give him a chance. Like everybody says, leadership is very difficult. He has a very challenging responsibility, but 4, 5, 6, 7 years. This same president was saying 2 years before he assumed responsibility, he was saying to Jonathan to step aside and give him all others responsibility to run the country. So he's had a lot of time to study the situation. He's a general. He's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. He's a military man, so he doesn't have an excuse about not knowing how to fight wars. He put people in charge. They're still in charge. We're losing this war. More internal security challenges are becoming manifest. More people are dying. Every single day, people die in this country. Life, truly, as we said in our statement, life has lost a value. One individual was kidnapped. One American citizen was kidnapped somewhere in Niger or northern Nigeria. The U.S. sent military to Niger Republic, to Nigeria, with the consent of our Nigerian troops. Foreign Americans came into our country and rescued the person. What do you say to a Nigerian president under whom our people are dying? How do you explain what happened in Bornu? A failure of security, a failure of leadership? What else do you say other than to say to Mr. President, clearly, you can't secure the lives of Nigerians. And if there is honor, if there is respect for public opinion, really there is no reason why he should continue.
Dr. Ahmed, is it right to say that the president has failed in securing this country? Just yesterday, the minister, the spokesperson of this government, the Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, said that no matter what has happened, that Boko Haram still remains badly degraded. How then do you describe failure?
Very simple. Security, you either are secure or you're not secure. There's a way to know if people are secure, and there's a way to, you count the number of people who are attacked by insurgents, by bandits, by kidnappers. You count the number of people who die. You count the number of people who are safe. By every yardstick, the lives of Nigerians gets worse and worse and worse. So if you have degraded all these threats, how is it possible that more and more people are dying in this country than the last 3, 4, 5, 6 years? How do you judge whether you have degraded a threat other than the fact that that threat does not pose a problem to you? The threats we're facing are increasing. I wouldn't pay too much attention to what the Minister of Information is saying. He says these words, they don't mean anything. We have degraded them, we have technically defeated them, we have broken their backbones. Nigerians are tired of hearing this kind of words. I don't know what else they will tell Nigerians. For us, it is a very simple issue. Are more people dying on the streets, in villages and towns, in Bornu, on their farms while they're harvesting rice or not? If it is a fact, who is responsible for protecting them? It's the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. If he is not protecting them, we will not visit this failure on anybody else other than the President. It's as simple as that. I feel sorry for the President. I mean, if he doesn't do anything, and these are the kind of excuses that you hear about what he's doing, then really we are in very serious trouble. A lot worse than we are. You don't feel empathy. You don't feel a presidency which recognizes the fact that it has very serious problems, and the country has very serious problems, a lot more than the presidency that it has. And then all you hear is we should pray. We are praying, and we will continue to pray. And one of the things we are praying for is that God should show President Buhari the way, either to fix his country as quickly as possible or to give way so that somebody else, the same way that he said in 2013, if he can't fix the country, there are other people who can do it better. That is the truth. We are, as Northerners, we are dying like nothing. Other Nigerians are dying too. It's not just the Northerners. Killing is becoming a national pastime. More and more people are dying from violence. How many people are going to die before President Buhari recognizes the fact that he needs to do something serious? We don't have the time to wait. You can tell us all the things that you think he's committed to, but we measure him by just one thing. What is the outcome of your commitment? What is the result of all these things you're doing? We don't see them on the ground. We don't see them on the road when we travel. We don't see them in our homes. We don't see them on the farms where poor people go. Everywhere you go, the country has become more dangerous to live in. The Sultan was absolutely correct. Now, and if you know what it takes for someone like the Sultan of Sokoto to actually speak out and say what he said, if you know what it is for a loyalist of President Buhari like Senator Shatima to say what he said on the floor of the Senate, then you must know that the situation is a lot worse than even what the Northern Elders Forum said. What we said is simple. It's an exercise of a democratic right. An elected person is elected to perform a job. He doesn't perform that job, you tell him, please, let's have someone does it. These are people who, Sultan of Sokoto is the kind of person who doesn't speak unless it becomes absolutely essential. Senator Kasim Shatima has been a diehard loyalist of President Buhari from day one. And he had supported President Buhari with his life. If these people can say what they said, if Governor Zulum of Borno State, a professor who would know the implication of saying in public, bring back South African mercenaries. If he can say that to the president's delegation in Borno, because our military obviously is failing, because that's why you bring mercenaries. If you put all these things together and you put them within a context, it just tells you one thing. The president has lost control of our security. There's no other way around it. There's no spin you can put on it. There's nothing else that can be said that Nigerians are not going to be impressed by anything other than a dramatic improvement in our security. And if you can't do that, the only thing to say is, sorry, sir, we don't see any evidence that you appreciate and understand that we are scared, we are dying, and we'll continue dying under your watch. And it is not acceptable. Like we said in our statement, in civilized countries, leaders who cannot protect citizens do the honorable thing and they resign. It's a statement we made. We made it after a very, very considerable assessment of the situation on the ground. It's not that we're happy to have said this, but we will be unhappy if we don't say it because it is the fact on the ground.
Would you also be happy, Dr. Baba Ahmed, because for those who are saying restructuring is a way to go, would you be happy, for example, if the president comes up tomorrow to say, restructuring is the way to go, and I'm going to take it head on?
Why on earth would you... restructuring is a good thing, and it would be good to hear President Buhari say, I will take it on. In fact, the truth about it is that he doesn't have a choice. If Nigerians want to restructure Nigerians will restructure this country, whether he agrees or not, whether it's under him or under another president. That is not the issue. And I don't see how restructuring under the current circumstances. We are dealing with an immediate issue. Hundreds of Nigerians die, or thousands, under the watch of a president who swore to protect them. That's our first priority. Our first priority is to fix security in this country and to deal with it. Now, you can restructure the country in such a way that you can guarantee better security for citizens. For instance, you can address the issue of policing. You cannot obviously touch the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The performance of the armed forces is entirely dependent on their commander-in-chief of the armed forces. And this is the real tragedy. The commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is a former general, a man who actually fought a war, a man who should know what is wrong when a military is losing a war, a man who should know where the solutions are. He changed service chiefs in 2005 and 15 because the ones that he inherited were not good enough. And he has stayed with the same people since 2015 up till now, even though they have done considerably worse than the previous people. Now, doesn't that tell you something is wrong, not with the military, not with just the leadership? And that's why we in the Northern Elders Forum, we don't join this bandwagon about, change the service chiefs. There's something fundamentally wrong with our military. And the way to know that is to ask a simple question. Are they winning the engagements they're involved in, or are they losing? The truth is they are losing. If they're losing, you have to ask a question. What is the quality of the leadership? Who is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces? If your commanders in the field and those who supervise them are not performing, you do something about them. But you don't just sit on a problem and every day you tell Nigerians, I've done my best. I've given the military all the support. Because that was what the president said 2 days ago after the killings in Bornu. I've given the military everything they needed. And I've discharged my responsibility. Well, I'm sorry, it's not good enough. That's why the president is made the commander-in-chief of...
I've been saying that these security forces have been given all the support to do the job. If we invite them, they will say they don't have enough equipment. Yesterday, the president said he has given them all the support to do the job. Unfortunately, they failed to do it. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, I said on the floor of this house that, excuse me, secondly, I said on the floor of this house that Nigerian armed forces are not taking the battle to their doorsteps. And everybody resolved that, yes, they are not taking the battle to their doorsteps. Yesterday, the president confirmed that this time around they should be taking the battle to their doorsteps. This shows in the past they have been on offensive position, not a defensive position, not offensive position. My amendment, no, you can take me. I will prefer to die if my people can live in peace. Sir, my amendment is that Mr. President should be invited to come and explain the security situation in the country, especially in the Northeast.
In the wake of the rice farmers' killings, the House of Representatives called on the president to come and address them. Well, people are like saying maybe he will not come or he will come, but he has agreed to come, although he has not fixed any date, but he has agreed to come. Let's see what will happen when he comes, and I'm sure it will just be one of those things, you know. What are they actually going to do? What are they going to do? Well, let's just hope that things work out, but I do not know if they would, because we have seen since the inception of this administration, we have seen our expectations have just been cut short. We're just disappointed because we thought that this guy was a soldier, and once a soldier, always a soldier. We thought that okay, he knows what to do, and with his promises here and there, but we're just disappointed. I'm telling you, majority of Nigerians are disappointed. I'm sure he still has his loyalists, but it does not matter. Even those loyalists, they will not come out to say it, but they too, they are suffering. Don't they live here? They are suffering also. So we are saying this thing cannot continue. But he has agreed to come and address the House of Reps members. So let's see what happens.
He was ever so willing to listen, as is typical of Mr. President, the usual Democrat that he is. And what we basically sought was to convey the resolution of the House and to fix a date, which we did not fix, out of respect for Mr. President and his very, very tight schedule. What date will be convenient, and we have agreed on a date, and he will meet with the House to address the situation. I think he's more concerned than me or you. That's all I can say. Than me or you. You know, they say on easy lies the head that wears the crown. And we'll leave everything until when he comes to the House. Let me not preempt him. But all I can tell you right now, and the DS is here, the leader is here to bear me witness, he's committed, fully committed to the security of the welfare, lives and property of Nigerians. He's coming to talk to Nigerians through the House. You know, the House, as we have it, as it's constituted, all of Nigeria is present in the House. Every single constituency in this country is represented in the House. So when you shouldn't look at it as Mr. President talking to the House. Is talking to Nigerians through their representatives.
Well, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Please give it a like, share, leave your comments in the comment section. I will definitely get back to you. So that is it. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, please, if you are here to subscribe to my channel, kindly remember to do so. And while you're at it, ring the bell so you get to know each time I upload a new video. Thanks for stopping by, thanks for watching the video, and thanks for visiting this channel. I appreciate you. Thank you. Bye bye.